The girl was shocked to discover that the character on the TV screen could actually see her, and even waved at her. Terrified, she quickly turned off the television and tried to flee the room. But then she remembered the case from 25 years ago, and despite her fear, she forced herself to turn the TV back on. Somehow, the two of them, she and the boy on the screen, were able to communicate across time. The boy suddenly noticed that their rooms looked nearly identical, except that the furniture in the girl's room was more worn and aged. A sudden noise of fighting came from outside the girl's window. She grew anxious and began shouting at the boy to step away from his window. Because on this very night, 25 years ago, something terrifying had happened. According to old news reports, a child had been murdered after witnessing a neighbor commit a crime during an escape attempt. The boy thought it was a prank. To him, it sounded completely impossible. Just as he was about to turn off the TV, the girl urgently explained, and even predicted, that the clock tower at his school would be struck by lightning that night, resulting in a week-long power outage and canceled classes. But if he stepped outside that evening, he'd never live to see the next day. The boy listened and stayed home. The next morning at school, he discovered that the lightning strike had indeed hit the clock tower, and school was canceled for a week. He began to recall the girl's face, sitting by his TV, waiting for this mysterious person from the future to return and explain everything. But what he didn't know was that by saving someone who was supposed to die, the girl had completely changed the course of her own life. She awoke in a hospital bed, where the head nurse reminded her that it was time for her shift. Putting on a nurse's uniform, she walked into the operating room, only to find yesterday's patient being wheeled back in. To her shock, her co-workers told her she was the lead surgeon. Vera was stunned. She had given up a medical career right after graduation to marry and raise a child, choosing to become a nurse under family pressure. Confused and panicked, she abandoned the patient and ran out of the operating room, heading straight to her daughter's school, only to be told by the teacher that she didn't know her and that there was no student named Gloria enrolled. She then rushed to her husband's office, but he too claimed not to know her and even called security to remove her from the building. Out of options, Vera went to the police to report what was happening. She feared she had become a test subject in some large-scale social experiment, where everyone around her was lying to her.